everyone, my name is Debbie and I'm thrilled today to be launching the 2021 Mystery Cushion Club. This is the 11th club in the Mystery Cushion series. We started back in 2011 and since then knitters from all over the world have been enjoying mystery patterns arriving at their doorstep every month. So this is a smaller club than the Blanket Club. It runs for 5 months instead of the 10 which the Blanket runs for, and there's a smaller number of members. So we have this year 250 members participating. I would suggest that this is the place that you come to each month before you knit your squares. Many people this year are new to the club, so there's lots for you to kind of find out and learn about, and hopefully this blog, which I will write every month, and I'll do an intro every month just to say hello to everybody. Hopefully that will help all the new members get to grips with how the club runs. And those of you that have joined before, well, it's the same kind of format as previously. So that's patterns sent to you every month for the Cushion Club over the next 5 months. Now it launched this year on the 18th of June. Normally our date for sending out the patterns is the middle of the month, the 15th. I decided to make it the 18th because it's a Friday, beginning of the weekend, and I thought if people did want to get together in groups or with their friends to start the patterns, it might be a good idea to launch it on a weekend. But from now on, after June, so for July, August, September, October, the patterns are going to be sent to you on the 15th of the month. Yeah, as I said, please come here, have a read of the blog, watch my videos and get all the help you need before beginning your squares. After this intro, you'll scroll down in the blog and be able to see that there are some technique videos to help you knit your squares this month. There's 4 different videos, including how to cast on intarsia. That's needed for 2 of the squares this month. That's squares 1 and square 7. There's also a video to show you how to hook in a bead and how to knit a marshmallow. And you might be wondering, what's a marshmallow? Well, you'll find out once you open up your pattern book and start knitting that square number 4. There's also a very good group on Ravelry that you can join, and in that group there's lots of discussion, there's lots of help and advice between the members. I don't actually participate in that group, but it's free for anybody to join. Many of you may be Ravelry members already and be familiar with that forum, but it's a lovely, friendly place. As I said, you can get lots of help there, so it's a good place to go if you need any extra assistance, or you've got any questions about the Cushion Club. I'm sure somebody there will step in and help you out. You can also email me. I am available to be emailed throughout the project. You can send your queries to sue@debbieabrahams.com or directly to myself. That's debbie@debbieabrahams.com. And I do answer every email. It might take me a little bit of time if I'm in a bit of a hectic, busy week, but I do get back to everybody and we will respond to you and answer your questions. So you've got that as well for more support during the project. All the parcels have now been posted. We posted the overseas parcels a very long time ago in anticipation that with the current global situation, with the pandemic, with a lot of postal services still under a lot of pressure and not working at full capacity, we sent the overseas very early. The UK also went at the beginning of this week. So I am hopeful that all of you are now there sitting there with your knitting kit ready to begin your June squares. If any of you have not received your parcel, please let us know. Email sue@debbieabrahams.com to let her know and she will investigate what's happened to your parcel. Sometimes they get stuck in sorting offices if they were delivered and you were not in at the time. We lose very few parcels each year in the clubs. Some years it's zero, they turn up or they get returned to me at some point. So just let us know if you haven't received it, because there's nothing worse than sitting there with the patterns and no yarn and no beads. So let us know. But I'm keeping fingers crossed that you're all able to start today. Okay, the printed patterns for those people that have paid for them have also been posted. So again, I hope that all of you have your printed patterns, all of you that paid for them. And again, if you haven't had them, please let us know and we'll look into that for you. If you do decide at any point that you want to swap to printed patterns, that is possible. I do print up extra, not a ton extra, but I have got some extra in case anybody wants to swap over. You can just let us know if you decide that's what you want to do, even if it's halfway through the project. Okay, so here is the mail out 1 for the Mystery Cushion Club. And in this pattern booklet, you will find all the information to knit your squares. So this month, which squares have we got to knit? Well, let's have a look at the page just inside the front cover there. You have squares 1, which is called Cappuccino, square number 4, which is called Marshmallows, and square number 7, which is called Slumber. Pattern notes and tips every month on the first page of each new pattern, and hopefully there's some very helpful tips there that will help guide you through. And at the back there's a very useful section, well I think it's useful and I hope you do too, knitting techniques section. It's going to be included in each of the mail outs. In this mail out it begins on page 13. There's also some notes pages you will see, and we included those so that if you want to make some notes about the squares as you're knitting them, you need to write anything down, then you could also use this as a notebook, as a workbook. If you're printing off these sheets, you could print off the whole lot or just the pattern pages. It's totally up to you. But those of you that have the printed brochure, everything is there. There are a total of 16 pages there in your brochure. Just a couple more things then. So just going back to the parcels, there is only one parcel for the mystery cushion. You're not sent 2 parcels like you are sent for the blanket. Don't go thinking that there's going to be another parcel sent to you. What you've got is your full knitting kit. Addendums. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed again, that we have 0 or very few corrections in the patterns. We have a team of dedicated test knitters and a pattern editor, all who check the patterns, and myself included. We check the patterns very, very carefully, but sometimes the odd correction, the odd error rather, slips through. And this is hugely frustrating, but we see to it, as soon as we're notified, we see to it straight away. We send out an email to you to let you know about the correction. And we also put it on our website on the addendum page. It's there at the foot. If you go to the foot of the home page, scroll down to the bottom on the left-hand side, there's a tab called addendum. If you go on there, any addendums for any of my patterns, including the clubs, are listed there. So it might be an idea just to check that before you begin your month squares, just to check that there's nothing there that you need to know about. Okay, so now I'm going to leave you to start knitting your June squares. I really, really, really hope that you enjoy what I've got in store for you this month, and I hope you enjoy the yarns. I think the Rowan cotton wool that you're using in the project is exceptionally soft and gorgeous. I loved knitting with it and I really hope you do too. And I hope you like the colours, nice soft colour palettes, something really calm and relaxing for you to work with. It's a mystery cushion, so you don't know the theme at the moment, but I hope that by knitting up the patterns, looking at the titles, you might come up with some ideas about what the title is. So please do send us an email if you think you know what the title is. Okay, it's just a bit of fun. There's no prize or anything for who wins first. We do like to publish your name in the blog if you guess correctly. Hopefully those ideas will start running now that you're going to start the project. okay? And it'd be great to hear from you, really good to hear from you. So have a fantastic June. I will see you back on the 15th of July. Please come back and see me and listen to what I've got to say, read the blog, and then, you know, it's onward with those next lot of squares. But let's get June started, and just enjoy it, have a great month, and have fun.